Okay. 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 Right. I don't know if you guys can see me or not, but it's telling me that there's issues tonight. This looks like some stream was deleted on Facebook. Yeah, it's telling me that. Hey Tracy, hey Tia. You can see and hear me now. That's good. Issues with what looks like Facebook. Now you can't. I bet you can now, right? Where did you go? Hey Lisa. I was here, but it's Facebook once again. Facebook messing up, and it's just messing from one side to the other. So anyway, hi guys, good to see you. Hope you're well. Can you all hear me? Okay, you can hear me? Okay, because I'm trying to figure some stuff out, and it's just being a pain in the rear without getting too much. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Hope you're well too, Paul. Yes, Tia. Thank you very much for asking. That's kind of you to ask, and we're here, but we're. There's Vivian. Hey, Vivian. Welcome to the show. Good to see you guys. I'm still actually doing stuff as I'm trying to talk to you at the same time. Um, so I need to know. Can you guys hear me? Okay. There's Sue Vinicum. Hello, my darling Sue. Hope you're well. Uh, I'm just pushing buttons here and trying to make things happen. So, can you hear me all? That's what I need to say. I need you guys to answer quickly to make sure that I'm not just wasting my time here. Yeah, all good, just Tia. Good. Thank you for answering me. Uh, good. Sue Vinicum's joined the room tonight. Good evening, Sue. Little special Sue. Loud and clear. Good to hear. Vivi's going, yeah. Emma Davison, hi, good evening. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Uh, Polly Miller here live and living the dream. Good. That's good to know, Polly. That's really good news. Teach the rest of us how to do it properly. That's what it's all about. Lisa says, share it and like. Well, first of all, Lisa, thank you. I really appreciate that. Um, Sorry if I'm sounding and looking a little bit bewildered, but I am because there's odd things happening here that I'm trying to figure out. And but that's life, isn't it? That's life. That's life. That's what everybody knows. That's life. Okay. Anyways, so liked and shared, says Lisa. Hope the rest of you all liked. Don't forget, like that show. Like that show. Smash that like button and let us know that you are with us tonight. Share it with all of your friends and family, but more importantly, share it especially with those groups, those who you're with group wise. Just turning that light. The light was directly in my face, and to be honest with you, I've spent which feels like 100 years on stage, and I'm fed up with lights being in my face. To be honest with you, liked and shared to Telegram. Hi, Dawn. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. So, where are we? We are on the cusp of Christmas month, the December month. Now, I don't know about you guys around the UK. Dawn, I'm sure Dawn's going to be the same as me because Dawn's only a few miles from where I am right now. But I woke up this morning to the most beautiful, white, crisp morning. Everything was frozen. The sky was clear. The sun was out. It was absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to move that around. There we go. It was absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Tia says the dreaded month. I don't dread month. I absolutely see. Can't say so much my dad. I suppose he did in his own way. He never kind of. I suppose he did. But my mom was. My mom was a big, huge Christmas fan, and I inherited that from her. I'm wearing this today. I don't know, you guys probably can't see it, but it's just Back to the Future. I'm wearing. I always wear this T-shirt. When I put this T-shirt on, I think of my dad because my dad actually built the Back to the Future car. Yes, indeed. He worked in the DeLorean factory in Lisburn near Belfast, and he was working on the actually car. They actually worked on the car. So how cool is that to know that your dad touched and worked on the actual car that was in Back to the Future? How cool is that? I mean, come on. So I wear that every time I put this T-shirt on. I'm thinking of him. So it was stunning in Devon, says our Sue. Good to hear, my darling. Liked and shared. Evening, Paul, says Julie Sharp. Good to see you, darling. Thanks for being here. Everett Davidson, beautiful. In East Yorkshire too. Oh, that's cool. And obviously you're further up, right up Yorkshire's right up at the top, so you're going to get snow on a regular basis. But Emma, down here in Cornwall, it barely drops below 8 degrees, barely. So it's a kind of a spectacle when things are frozen down here. So I love it. I love it. Yeah, it is pretty special, Tia. So when I wear this T-shirt, I think of my dad. Um, Along of crisp, fresh air this morning. Um, Not a chest rail inside. Frozen windscreens too. Remember to clear your windscreens. Chemtrail and yeah, not a chemtrail inside. It beautiful. I love it. This reminds me of home. This reminds me when I was young. Having really cold, crispy outside that was the norm where I came from in Ireland. That would just be normal. Bitterly cold in Liverpool, says Julie Sharp. It was 8 degrees in Hale, says Tia. Yeah, 8 degrees is quite cold in Cornwall, isn't it? I mean, everybody down here is used to double digits down here. When it gets cold down here, we're like, "Oh, what's going on?" And of course, when it snows, which is beyond rarity, but when it snows, Cornwall comes to the absolute stop because they go, "What is this white stuff coming out of the sky?" Sue says I'm on the edge of Dartmoor, so it's very cold at times. Oh, I love that though. I love it. I'm a I don't know what kind of a creature I am, but I prefer to be cold because I find it easier to warm up than the other way around. I don't like being too hot because I find it difficult to cool down. So I find it really, really difficult to cool down, but easy to warm up. So I prefer the cold. We had Is that -4 degrees or 4 degrees this morning? I'm not too sure what you said there. Tomorrow's going down to -1. I love winter for the food, the stew and the dumplings and roast dinners. Don't get to cooking. I'll be around yours shortly. So anyway, Reach Across Live tonight. So that means I'm here to answer any questions and do anything you guys want in terms of reads, of course. As we head into the new year, actually, as we head into Christmas week, don't forget, guys, I'm getting calls left and right for reads. Okay, yes, book your reads, but don't just ring me up and hope that you're going to get a chance. I had one lovely person ring me up tonight and say, "Hey, Paul, can you do a quick read?" I was driving at the time. That's not going to happen. I'm very, very grateful for you guys ringing me up and asking for reads. Very grateful, but please book. Please book because I'm quite busy at the minute. And don't forget, second week of December, no more work. Okay, I'm not doing any more reads after the second week of December. So if you want to have a read in before Christmas, you best book it in now. Alrighty, because as we get into the second week of December, I dedicate the time to my family, and we get into and this year is going to be super nuts. We've been sitting, we're sitting chatting, and we were saying, what happens if the house comes through only like a week before Christmas? Like on the 20th or something like that. We go, well, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. It'll be a Christmas we'll never forget. So we're looking forward to it. Can't wait. Can't beat a snow day. We get 1 inch, and everything is that's true. That's what I said. Everything in Cornwall stops as soon as a light flaking of snow lands here. Everything stops. So it's nuts. If they were to experience what they get up country, up in Yorkshire, up that area, this Cornwall would just go to sleep. They'd be going to hibernation. Um, right. So basically, this is a bit of a heads up, okay, guys. So in relation to book reads, if you want to read in before Christmas, then you really, really need to book in like now. Also, if you want to book a read for a family member as a Christmas gift, and we will supply you with certificates, etc., you need to book that in now. Some of those have already gone out. But in the new year, if you want to book them in, you really, really need to, because I'm going to be really focused in 2024 and getting back on the stage. So I'm really focused on that, getting into touring, getting back on the stage. That's my primary goal, as well as the TV shows. So those are my primary goals for 2024. So Faye's just joined us. Hello, my darling. Good to see you. Thank you very much for liking and sharing. I really appreciate that very, very much. So yeah, in the Netflix series, that's going to be my primary. Getting back on touring, and I've already got some lovely associates already working with me to get tours underway. So let's do it. If you want me to come and do a couple of shows in your area, no problem whatsoever. We just have to get it into the schedule, and we have to. If I'm, like, for an example, traveling, like, just for an example, halfway up UK, then I'm not going to travel all the way up the UK just for one show. It needs to be two or three. Okay. So if you want to do something like that, like say Friday and Saturday, not a problem. Just get in touch with me, and we'll start working with you to put a tour together and make things happen. All right. Any questions for me, guys, today? Because I want to do it on a one-to-one basis, kind of like an idea. So if you've got any questions you want to share, put them to me. And if you want sort of a ready kind of psychic read, just put a question to me. All right. Brew time. See, it's too cold for water. Julie Evans has just joined us. Good evening, darling. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. It's so cool. You're rocking like you should. Okay. All right. So let's go. I'm just opening my energies right up right now. They're going like that right as we speak. All right. Itchy nose starting to work. Right. So it's 7:45 here on Tuesday night. Welcome to the show, and welcome to everybody. Good to see you. Um, we can have the end of February, early March locally for me, Paul. I need to confirm the dates and send them an email. Yeah, okay, because we're going to be doing some shows with Sue, and I can't wait for to do those. In fact, Sue, what I was thinking as well, we used to do a show a couple of years back, 2 or 3 years back. I'm going to take this out. It's going to make me sound like I'm deaf. We used to do a show a couple of years back, and we called it a super show. Now, what the super show was, God, this thing is annoying me. The super show was basically, we did a normal show on stage. Okay, so I'd do an evening with, and I'd be on stage with, depending on where we were. Most of the time, it was with cameras and lights and all that malarkey. And then a certain amount of tickets would be sold, say 10 or 20 tickets would be sold, and we would do a paranormal investigation afterwards in a venue that had a lot of paranormal activity. So we would book a place that like was creepy and paranormal. So we do a show in the evening from 7:30 to 9 or 9:30, something like that. Then we would have an hour off, have a break, have some food, have a chat, and then the people who had tickets for the super show would stay behind, and we'd do a paranormal investigation, which was usually a brilliant laugh. We had a lot of fun doing that. So if you want to do that where you live, we can do that. We can make that happen. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, I could get Paul to come up here and do a show, and we'll do a show in X, Y, and Z, and we'll do one or two super shows. Yeah, we can make that happen. So just get in touch with me, and let's fill the diary of 2024. Okay. The only times I won't be able to do, it'll be the times when we're filming for the Netflix series. So obviously I'm gonna know more about that in 2024. I don't listen. I've worked in TV and I've worked in the film business, and I can tell you here now, schedules never happen when they're supposed to happen. So I'm not bothered. I will take it as it happens, and we'll deal with it and we'll work with it. Right. So if you are anywhere near Sue Vinicum and you would like to be a part of that show, then contact Sue Vinicum and we will make things happen. All right, let's have a look at what's going on here. Alrighty, alrighty, all right. Pamela Dyke, good evening, Pamela. Good to see you. Uh, love your energy tonight. When you do a show in sort of creepy venue, how do all the spirits come through? Some friendly, some not so friendly. Do you know what, Faye? That's a fantastic question. Number one. Number two, I've never ever really. Maybe twice. Yeah, maybe twice in 35 years of doing this work have I come across, shall we say, a not so friendly spirit. Only twice. So I've never come across. I mean, I really, really have a massive difficulty in believing a lot of these shows and a lot of these people talking about total rubbish. Faye had a chap on her show. I think it was last week or the week before. I can't remember. Chap who does the paranormal investigations, and he even said, and he's in America, I might add. He even said 90% of what he came across was family related. So yet you send out all of these paranormal investigation TV shows, and they find demons everywhere. Well, how come they're the only ones that find demons? Because they're not finding demons. Because it's bollocks. So anyway, going on to that particular point, in 35 years, I have come across what I would refer to as not so friendly energy a couple of times, really, a couple of times. Mischievous energies, quite a few. But usually, when I'm doing a show, for an example, if I'm on stage, the energies that come through. Now, bearing in mind, I have a big team with me when I'm working. I have my guy. I have my gatekeeper for a start. That's just to start with. Then I have my master guide, Sean, Frank, Chen, Blackfoot, Margaret, Guy, and Philip. So I have 7 spirits, 7 energies working with me at any one time, and that's before I even pull in the angelic guides, the angelic spirit energies, and the angels. That's before I even bring them in. So what we call negative or benevolent energies, they don't really get through. They don't get an opportunity to come through because Blackfoot, who's basically my bodyguard on the other side of life, he's a big Native American guy, and he stands like that, and he grunts at me, and he's one of my team. He grunts, oh, that's kind of how he talks to me. He has spoken to me a few times, and I remember the first time he spoke to me, and I nearly fell off my chair. And he spoke to me really clearly and very, very, very nicely. And I was like, "Why don't you always do that?" He said, "I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to protect you." Okay, right. So when they try to get through, he'll stop them. So it never bothers me. Um, so usually when I'm doing on stage, only the energies of the people in the audience tend to come through, or people who work in the building. I've had that a few times. I was like talking to the audience, and everybody's going, "Nah, I can't take it." I'm going, "This, somebody here with that name," and then somebody says, "Well, I've got this idea," and I'm like trying to stretch it a bit. And I'm going, "No," and I'm hearing Sean shouting, "No, no, 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 staff, staff," and I'm looking at the back, and there's a guy out there called such and such. Yeah, get him in here. And I've I've done reads for people who are just part of the venue. How do you work out who your guides' names? Because they tell me, Vivian. They tell me who they are, what their names are. They tell me. I don't go, you're going to be called. They tell me my name is exact X, Y, and Z. Sean told me her name. You'll call me Sean, and I was like, Sean, okay. And then some other geezer tried to tell me, oh no, her name is Shinna Shanahan, and she's Native American. I went, no, she isn't. She's Celtic, and her name is Sean. And he thought he was Captain Big Bollocks, but I can't stand people who do that. So no, they'll when you if you come into my seminar, meet your guides, Vivian. They will tell you themselves what their names are. They will go, "Hi, I am." You will have heard this name several times. You might have been thinking this name. You might have seen this name written down multiple times. You might have heard it in various places, and you'll go, "Yeah." And they go, "Well, I am, and I am such and such." So when you do meet your guides, they will introduce themselves to you. They're arguing with you now for saying that. Oh yeah, they argue. Sean has given me a smack around the back of the head. Quite actually, countless times. Sean has given me a like that. Oh, very Celtic. Oh my God, yeah, very. She's very Celtic. And anytime that I've started second guessing myself and doubting myself, oh yeah, she rears up. Bang! Pay attention, you idiot. Oh yeah, she'll call me stuff like that. You're an idiot. Shut up. Okay. My favorite, I mean, I know there's no favorites really in meeting the guides, but the one that sticks out the most was the day that Frank revealed himself to me. Because I've always seen Frank, and I'll show you what Frank looks like. Frank looks like this. This is what Frank looks like this. You right? This is what he looks like that. And he always speaks to me like that. And then one day he did this, like that, gently. He just put his hood back like that, like he did. And I was looking at him and going, I know you. I know you. God, where do I know you from? And I was like, where do I know you from? And he goes, do you remember the picture in your grandmother's? I went, oh my God, St. Francis of Assisi. And he went, yes, would you call me Frank? And he revealed his hood. And then after we'd met each other and he told me what he did and why he comes in to my team and why he's around me, he then went, so enjoy, and just did that again and carried on. And he still reveals himself like that. Blackfoot, he's big. He's big. I've actually got a picture of Chen. I haven't got it here, but there is a picture of Chen. I'll show you that the next time. Margaret, she is around me for discipline. She's a very disciplinarian. She's very like a headmistress of a college. She's like, okay, come on, now let's get this right, and you will do this, and let's do that, and do this, and do that. And she's very like that, meticulous. You will actually see Guy when if you watch me on stage. If you see me on, there's a couple of videos of me on YouTube, and I'm doing live, and you'll see a big sign behind me saying Pontins, and you'll see me, and I could kind of go into almost like a trance, and I go start speaking like this really quickly. That's Guy. He's talking through me, and he's what? Yep, come right, okay, yeah, and he's like that, really quick. That's Guy, and Philip. He is like a professor. He's very, very calm, and he's very factual, and that's why I'm very factual. And that's Philip. When Philip's close to me, I will be near enough is not good enough. Oh no no no. Oh no no. And that's when you'll hear me arguing with people in a nice way. I'll be like, no, I mean this, and I mean that, and that's Philip. He'll be working right alongside of me, and he'll be like, no, and he speaks like this, and he's always gentle and very knowledgeable and always open to learning. And that's how he brings himself across like that. And I just, it's like sitting beside someone you're like in awe of. It's that's was like sitting beside. You're like, wow. And then when Philip's close to me and we hear something, and he'll go, no, it isn't. No, 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 no. And he doesn't go. He's not like me, where I'm like very frontal. And I go, what a load of crap. He's no, 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 no. That's not correct. He's like very gentle with it, and he's the kind of guy you couldn't argue with because you just want to like him too much. Lovely. Right. Let's have what people have said. Sean is well, actually Sean is Irish. You're close. Sean is actually Irish. Tia says, "Love it. Good evening. Oh, good evening, Rog. Good to see you." Um, I always get the names of Quinton in my head. That's fine. Yeah. So write that down, Sue. Keep that somewhere because when we're doing the seminar where you meet your guides, um, Quinton will reveal himself. Alrighty. So are they only yours, Paul, or do they have multiple people they have? Well, my team's my team, Tia, but it doesn't mean that they don't. I mean, St. Francis of Assisi, he must help millions of people all over the world. He must do. Okay. Sean is my master guide, though. She's been with me from the moment I took breath for the first time, and she'll be there when I pass. Um, Frank, I think, well, Frank obviously St. Francis of Assisi. Chen, he is around me for wisdom. He was big part of writing the little book of quick wisdom. And he's very Zen Buddhist. He's very like that. So he must help other people. But when I'm working, they're there. All of them, they're there. Blackfoot, he just told me that his job is to do nothing else than protect me. That's it. He said, I'm not here to like you. I'm here to protect you. Okay. But I kind of get the feeling he's a bit of a bigger, hard nut, but soft on the inside. And Margaret, she was brought to me because I needed discipline. And she was really disciplined. You will do this, and you will do it this way, and you will do it like that, and you will not go off on tangents, and you will not do this, and you will not be late. And on, she's very like that. Um, Good question, though, Tia. Thank you very much. Fascinating, says Vivian. I feel my partner who passed around me, Paul. Last night, a key ring of both of us fell on my kitchen floor. I just about to start laughing. Is there no possible way it could move my kitchen window? Well, that's their way. If they do that, they will make things happen around you that will be specifically connected to you. Okay, and they're just their way of letting you know that they're there. That they're trying to get your attention. Okay, so when they do, and I mean, you started laughing, which is brilliant. But when you do get a connection where you think, yes, they're definitely around me, the best thing to do is just say, hey, listen, great, I'm so glad you're here. Now, if can you do anything else to let me know that you're here? Communicate as you would just normally. Just converse with them. I've done many meditations to meet my guides, and I've never managed to get anything. And I've been told my third eye is closed down. Do you have any advices, Emma? That's not true. Okay, I don't know who told you that your third eye is closed. That's not true. Okay, not true whatsoever. 99%, 99.9% of the time, it's getting you to be able to close it down is the hard bit. Opening it's not difficult at all. Um, Now it's all in what your expectations are, Emma. What your expectations? Are you expecting literally an energy to appear in front of you and sit at the other side of the table and go, "Hi, I'm John Boy. I'm your guide," or are you? What is your expectations? Already, I can tell you here now, Emma, that you have a a lady around you who's shown herself to me like a very early what do you call that? Nightingale. What do you call her? That nurse. Um, the nurse Nightingale, Florence Nightingale. There's a lady around you with a Florence Nightingale look. Okay, with like almost like that long white headpiece and like a dark blue tunicky kind of thing with white at the front. So there's a Florence Nightingale, but World War One connection to this, not World War Two, World War One connection to this. There's the name Tony, Tommy, Timmy, like a T with a vowel in it. T. Tom, Tommy or Timmy, that kind of a name, Emma, is around you. September is significant, or the ninth of a month is significant. And I'm getting two stars, so that means that there are two connections to that. So there are either two birthdays and anniversaries in September that they want me to acknowledge. There is definitely a crossing connected to September they want to draw my attention to, because it lifted me up and I feel lifted. So that means to me somebody in spirit wants to grab your attention. Um, there's a strong connection to the ocean here that I'm supposed to share with you. So there's either a naval connection or a seagoing connection in some way, be it commercial fishing or just fishing. But there's a seagoing ocean feel about that I'm supposed to talk about as well. I'm getting real oceany feel going on right here. Let me just keep going here with Emma before I let her go. Either there's a strong, like a strong name like John, Jonathan, Johnny, that kind of a name to be acknowledged, and somebody crosses over with a real whack, like an unexpected heart attack, an unexpected aneurysm, something goes like that, and then boom, they're on the other side of life. This was not going to be, you could have had the best doctors on the planet around you, wasn't going to help. Boom, time to clock out. And I don't know why, Emma, I'm getting steel with you, but I'm seeing a symbol that says Sheffield steel. Okay, that I only know Sheffield steel. I don't know if there's any other different types of steel, but um, there's something about steel I'm supposed to acknowledge because I'm seeing Sheffield steel, or it's either that I'm supposed to share with you, or they want me to draw my attention to the city of Sheffield. I don't know. Um, Emma, you're trying too hard, and you're listening to too many people. You're listening to too much confliction. One saying something that way, somebody's saying something this way, then somebody's telling you to go backwards, then go forward, then turn around, spin, jump up and down, and throw an egg in the air. I don't know, but you're listening to too many people. There's too much going on. Quiet down, all right. And whoever told you that your third eye's closed down is up, total rubbish. If I've got to give you any, if you want some advice from me, Emma, switch off, let go. Okay, stop trying to fill your head with other people's ideas of what spiritualism is, other people's ideas of what Zen Buddhism is, what tranquility is. Forget what other people's ideas are and start finding Emma's idea of what tranquility and what balance and Buddhism and Zen is. Find Emma's version of that. For an example, last night I went outside and it was freezing cold, but it was beautiful. And I stood at the decking. The decking here is up high, and I looked out, and I could see all the shapes of the trees, against the backlit moonlight. And I instantaneously zened. I just went woof like that. I instantly bonded with the energy of the earth. Or like somebody had just gone click. There you go. There's the switch. And I was like, oh. And you know what? All the stresses, all the strains, all the worries, all the waiting, all the crap and BS that goes on every day just went whoosh. And I went back into the house, and even Johanna looked at me and went, "You're right." I was like, "You know what? Yeah, I am." So there's no specific way of getting yours in. You get yours in, and stop listening to tons of people, Emma. Hopefully that helps. Faces are guides formerly people who have become guides in the heavenly realm. Yes, guides will have had multiples and multiples and multiples of lives and multiples of history of events, and they've learned all of their They've climbed those levels, the 7 levels. Okay, so they've done hundreds of repetitive lives, and they've built up all of this knowledge to become a guide. And you don't necessarily aim to be a guide. You get to a particular level, and then you can become a guide. Most people go, yeah. So they want to become a guide, and then you then are offered a place on Earth where you choose the energy of the soul you're going to look after while you're here. So yeah, they are at the heavenly realm. They'll have built up all of these many years of experiences and knowledge, and then they have the ability to become a guide. Great question, by the way. I would love to know well, I'll start read that again. I would love to know who the person in gold cloak is that I see a lot. Okay, well, a gold cloak is a very big indication that that is a cloak of protection. Okay, so it could well be a guide bringing protection around you for a particular reason. I don't know if you've been dealing with something along the lines of shall we say, an internal struggle. So we just put it that way, an internal struggle, Jules. Um, and the cloak is bringing around you. I keep seeing the cloak of invisibility from Harry Potter. I keep seeing that. So the idea is just to protect you from stuff that you just doesn't you don't need really. I'm getting that feeling, but there's like a feel of an internal struggle going on, and it's around to help you for that particular reason. Okay, that's what that is. I keep getting reach for the stars, Julie. I don't know what this means. I don't know if this is a particular movie of yours, or somebody in spirit who is, their head in the stars. They love like being, space. I don't know, but I keep getting reach for the stars, Jules. Reach for the stars. I'm supposed to tell you that the rainbow, the rainbow bridge, the rainbow bridge, the rainbow bridge for you is close. So there's a lovely little furry friend in spirit that's trying to let you know it's around you, Julie. That's what that means to me. The rainbow bridge is the bridge that the animals take to cross over to the heavenly realms. That's my indication of that. Everybody can have different indications. It doesn't necessarily mean that mine is exactly right. I just see a rainbow bridge, and they cross that lovely rainbow bridge into the heavenly realms. But when I see that rainbow bridge around you, it means that there's an energy, a spirit energy of an animal trying to let you know it's around you. Okay, and I really feel it goes along with that gold cloak and the reason to bring you protection about some kind of internal struggle. Right? They want me to acknowledge a C or K name. Catherine K, Karen, Kevin, C or K name I'm supposed to acknowledge, all right, my love? Um, I'm getting this wonderful older lady, and there's either a filling up of the lungs, or there's a bronchial issue going on here. I don't know, but I don't know whether she had pneumonia, pleurisy, or something. But there's a filling and a real intense weight on my chest. So she had a breathing related um, respiratory issue that helped to bring her to the other side of life. But she taps her wrist for me, which means to me she just wants you to know that was her time. It was her time. The name Marge, Margaret, Mary, there's an MA name here to be acknowledged. And they want me to talk about 12/9. I don't know if they want to talk about the 9th of December, or they want me to talk about September and December as being significant, or the 9th of a month and the 12th of a month, of course, to be acknowledged as well. I'm getting this energy that's close to you who's actually saying dad to me. Okay. Um, Jules. So I'm getting a gentleman who's close and is referring to dad. He just says dad, like that. Maybe not, shall we say, a big believer in what I did for a living. Didn't necessarily not believe, but was a wee bit kind of like, I can't buy. I'm not buying all of that just now. But nonetheless, I'll hedge my bets. That's the feeling I'm getting. However, Jules, Christmas was a big thing here. All right. I'm getting a feeling of Christmas would have been very, very special to this person. And I don't feel like a Christmas of today. I feel like an old school Christmas. Old, old school. Anyway, hope that helps you. Thanks very much for being here. I really appreciate it. Lisa Cantu says, as a child, I had an imaginary friend named Steve. Is he my spirit guide? He could well be, Lisa, my darling. He could well be your spirit guide. He could well be a helper. He could be well be one of your spirit guides. We have a master guide, we have a gatekeeper, and we have a lot of spirit guides who come in and work with you through lessons of your life. And once you've achieved those lessons, they then move on to other people. So Steve could well have been one of those. That being said, Steve could very well be a friend. He could have well been a cousin or a friend. Um, I really, really, really want to lean into somebody in at school, somebody at college with that name is connected to you. Okay, and somebody crosses over with either an accident, an incident, or something other than a healthcare crossing. So, for an example, if he was in Iraq and fell to the war of Iraq, or if he was driving in his muscle car and crashed, do you know what I mean? Anything other than a healthcare connection. I also want to get the name Matthew around you, Lisa. Okay, Matthew. Lisa, it's not a bad idea to start planning 2024 now and start putting into play some of those ideas that keep cropping up over and over and over. Like to say, "Do you know what, I will, I've had enough of this. I'm going to go and do this." And then you never do it. But now I really feel is the pathways being laid out in front of you for you to be able to achieve your dreams or get to where it is that you're going to find peace in the world. Okay, my love? Emma says, my nan was from Sheffield and she worked in the steelworks. There you go, Sheffield Steel. And that's the only thing I could see. Sheffield Steel. Well, there you go, Emma. Guess who's around you? And you're very, very welcome. Don Hatton says, the energy from the brightest moon I've seen in 10 years, it is amazing. Julia says, I've lost sound. Everybody else says sound is good. Okay, so it's a personal thing to Julia. Keep sharing and liking the show. Yes, do please. But keep liking that show. Make sure you smash that like button, guys, and then share the show with your friends and family. Um, Tia says, if anything comes out from me, Paul, I could do with it. Did I not just give you a read? I'm sure I did, but we'll see what happens anyway. Makes a lot of sense, as Julie Sharp. I feel invisible to people. Uh, my Tia and Misty and Vito dogs truly miss sister-in-law. Sister-in-law was Mary. Dad is Scottish, and he was so scared of crossing till I made him laugh. How cool is that? How cool is that? He didn't believe. He believed that he was going into darkness, and that was the end of it, which of course is not the case. Lisa says, "I needed to hear that." There you go. You're very, very welcome. Great questions, by the way, guys. Thank you very much for being part of that tonight. I can't believe we're already an hour in. Over actually an hour and 15 minutes in. No, we're not, idiot. We're 45 minutes in. Where'd you get that from? Hour and 15 minutes. That's how tired I am. Great questions. Please, please, please share. Any more questions? Do tell me. Do ask me. I'm here for another half an hour. So come on, share the show. Get it out with your friends and family. Now we're moving into a time of year that um, it's. I always think really the spiritual time of the year kicks off on the 30th of October. Okay, we don't hit Christmas per se until December. We shouldn't hit Christmas until December. I really don't like seeing Christmas stuff in November, especially don't like to see it in October. But on All Souls really feels to me is when the spirit of the year starts really to come into focus. And as we move into December, we start dropping our inhibitions. We start dropping all the stupidity that we carry throughout the year. It doesn't matter who did what to whom or who's doing better at this or doing better at that, and who's going to do this and who's going. It doesn't matter. It only matters what you want. It only matters what your expectations in life are. Okay. Um, I learned that lesson in the last 48 hours. There are a lot of people out there whose sole drive and ambition is to tear people down. Okay. What they don't grasp in life is karma will play a part. All karma must be settled. All karma must be settled. Negative karma will be depicted by negative response. Positive karma will be depicted by positive response. So it's really an important concept to start dropping the inhibitions and start inviting the spirit of the world, inviting the spirit of your ancestors, your friends and family in spirit, and working on that wonderful vibe all the way through December. Tia says, always remember the ones who aren't with us at Christmas in a physical sense. Definitely, Tia. Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly referring to my family in spirit. I talk to them all the time. But Christmas would have been Christmas was so big in our house that my pals, my own buddies, would come around the house just to see the tree that my mom did because she did such a beautiful tree. When you're talking to another medium, Paul, do your guides ever conflict with their guides? Um, Not really. Not. I very often find that the conflict is in the humanity, not in the spirituality. Okay, because the guides on the other side of life know the deal. They know the score. It's the ego of the humanity that gets in the way, I find. Um, Oddly enough, one of the people who used to get accused of being an egotistical git um, basically wasn't. And I had the opportunity to meet and have time with, even have a few beverages with, like Derek and Corey. Everybody gave me a hard time as being an egotistical. And no, the Derek Okora I sat in his kitchen with and got to know was such a down to earth and loving guy. Colin Fry, we became good friends and we would chat a lot, no ego. So I very often find that it's the egotistical of the humanity that gets in the way of the spirituality. And that's why a lot of the spiritual churches that I used to work in and pulled out of, I pulled out of because of politics. In other words, the humanity gets in the way and the ego gets in the way and politics get in the way. And the guides just get a bit sad, to be honest with you. Well, good question, Don. Thank you. Vanessa says, I don't do Christmas anymore. Well, that's your call, but I don't understand why you wouldn't do Christmas. Christmas is a great time to open your heart and your mind to just spirit. Got nothing to do with gifts. It's to do with being open to the spirit of the loved ones who are around you in the physical sense and the loved ones who are around you in the spiritual sense. And to get involved with that energy that comes out at Christmas time. It's there. It's there for you. And I mean, I always say you don't have to wait till Christmas morning to experience that energy. You can experience it every single day. Sue says, I love to watch Colin Fry. He was so compassionate and caring. Yeah, yes, he was. But he was also a git. We were talking about it today, oddly enough. So I was actually the show that you see on YouTube where I'm doing a big weekend event at Pontins and I'm on stage. Colin Fry was on the following night. That night, shall we say, okay, how do I say this without you feeling less of me? It was Colin Fry's team that invited me to come and be with them at the end of all the shows. So of course, off we went, and we sat with Colin, and the beverages started to flow, and I was going, guys, listen, I've got 11 reads in the first 2 hours tomorrow morning. I need to keep my head clear. 4:30 in the morning, I got into the house. Don't remember getting in. I also don't remember getting up the following morning, and I also don't remember going back to the venue. But I said to my PA at the time, I said, "Listen, you're going to have to cancel these first half a dozen reads. I don't even know who I am, let alone being able to read." So she did. My lovely Babs, and then Babs came back. She came walking to me, right, and this is the honest to God's truth. She walked up to me, and she put this beautiful like pinky kind of salt lamp thing in front of me. Oh no, it wasn't. No, Italia. That's wrong. No, that's not true. It was a vapor thing. It was white like a lamp, and it gave up this vapor, this wonderful like a vapory kind of a thing. And she switched it on. It gave the vapor. It started clearing my head. So I started looking around the room to see if I could see somebody going, "Hi, that's for me. Enjoy. That's for me." And I'm looking around the room like this here, and nobody was waving. So I turned to Babs and I went, "Where's it? Where did I get this from?" And she said, "That's yours." I went, "Oh, great. So where did I get that?" She goes, "Colin Fry sold you that this morning." I was like, "What?" And she said, "Colin, I don't even remember speaking to him when I came into the venue, and he sold me this lamp, telling me he would clear my head." To this second, still don't remember being there. Don't remember talking to him, but he grabbed my attention, and sold me a lamp. But we were good pals, so it was really, really quite fun. Yeah, saw Colin. He was lovely. Sue's laughing her head off. I've been told quite a lot that when I'm out shopping with friends, that I have got a lovely feeling to me when I say bye bye to them. They say they feel calm. Well, that's good, Lynn. That means you're giving off good energy. I used to watch Colin Fry and John Edwards' great comforting shows. Yes. Um, Sixth Sense with Colin Fry, and is it something across, reach across, or something across with John Edward? I love Christmas, Paul. Did you ever meet Billy Roberts? Yeah, yeah. I know Billy Roberts. Yes, I do. Yeah, absolute gentleman, psychic like yourself. Sadly, I knew Billy very well. In fact, yeah. Always in my thoughts. He told me so much and put me at ease. Good. That's really important. Really important. Um, I'm enjoying the show tonight, by the way, guys. I'm loving the way the energy's coming in and out. I'm loving the energy coming from you guys. Let's keep it up. Um, Anybody ever read Betty Shine books? Loved her story. No, I've never heard of Betty Shine. Dawn, to be absolutely honest with you. Who was I talking to? I was talking to Faye the other day, and I told Faye about a book that you guys all should read. Crossing Over with John Edward. That's it, Vanessa. Thank you very much. I read a book not too long ago called Proof of Heaven, and it's by a gentleman who is in the top five brain doctors in the world. Okay, top five. And he had an experience where he went to heaven. Okay, and he wrote a book called Proof of Heaven, and his name is Dr. Eben, Eben Alexander. Get yourself a copy of that book. It'll blow your mind. Okay, he is in the top five if his what he does. Basically, you can go in and take your brain apart and put it back together again. And he had, well, I'm not going to wreck the book for you. Just get the book, Proof of Heaven. Brilliant book. Brilliant. So keep going with the questions, guys. Keep going with the questions. Any more questions? Come on, let's get them going. And by the way, guys, I need to get the numbers up. The numbers seem to be creeping down. Faye said she's going to be ordering the book today. I did send you that link to talk to him, Faye, didn't I? Eben Alexander, very nice guy. So if you can get him on your show, that'd be great. In fact, I will be a second guest on your show when you get him on your show. You get him on your show, and I'll be another guest. And we'll cross-examine him together. Um, neurosurgeon. That's what he is. I've forgotten the name of his profession. Neurosurgeon. I did a session for Doris Stokes' niece or daughter or something. Somebody connected to her anyway, and they were like, "Do you know who I am?" And that always puts me into like a why is that important? Well, I'm actually I can't remember whether she said I'm a great niece or I'm a niece or something of Doris Stokes, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And they went, "Does that not bother you?" And I went, "No. Why should that bother me?" Well, she was like a very, very successful medium. And I went, "So am I. So let's get on with your read." And she was impressed. Anyway, yes, she did. And I hope to have him on the show. Sounds like a plan. Yes, let's make it happen. Send him a message and just say you'd like to get him on the show. And you and I'll cross examine him. Right, come on. Let's go to the questions, guys. Where are we? Time. I've only got 15 minutes left. Come on. Let's go. Don't forget to share the show. Invite your friends and family to be a part of the show. Don't forget, I've only got a couple of shows left before we have a break for Christmas. So I'd really like to make these shows count. Need to get the numbers up through the roof, guys. So let's start getting out there and make it happen. Otherwise, the shows will just fall away, and I'll end up just being totally focused on doing TV stuff. And I don't really want to do that because I really enjoy this. Did Star Stokes come through? I don't know, Sue, my love. You see, here's the thing. When I'm doing reads, when I'm doing reads for anybody, yourself included, 2 hours after the read, gone. It's gone. I don't remember anything because it's not my information. So I literally it comes in, out, and I deliver the message. As John said, Paul, you're the mailman. Deliver the mail. Don't read it. Just looked up Colin Fry. It mentions he used to spirit trumpet and seance. Yeah. Did you know about that? Yes. And what is a spirit trumpet? Well, basically, all a spirit trumpet is in the olden days, they had big brass trumpets, like in when they, hunting, all that crap. And then later on in life, they just, like the trumpets that you see on set, in the old movies where they had like a handle and like a narrow one end, fat at the other, and they go, right, get ready on set. And that's called a trumpet. Well, they used to make them out of like a strong cardboard. So it's narrow at one side, basically like a big cone. And they would call that a spirit trumpet. And sound or would come through, through the trumpet. So spirit, and as you talk through the trumpet, it would get sort of you would hear it getting louder as it came through the trumpet. So um, well, I've never actually used a trumpet per se, but that would be the whole idea of it. I've done what's called physical mediumship, where we had like bells, and the bells would start ringing by themselves. I've seen a spirit trumpet fly off of a table and roll in a straight line. There you go, in a straight line. Now, if you take off anything that's cone shaped and throw it in the ground, it's going to roll in a circle. But this went in a straight line. I saw it with my own two eyes. I saw a guy's diver's watch fly off a table, just flew off a table. But 90% of the time, the bells would ring just by themselves. And when I was doing that physical mediumship class, I would be very skeptical. So when everybody had a break, I'd go underneath and I would check, and I'd put my fingers through the bells and start feeling, see if I could get a thread. So somebody would be pulling it like a thread. Basically, I was looking for cheating. Never found it. In all truth, spirit trumpet, sort of like a spirit box. No, spirit boxes are completely different. I have a problem with spirit boxes. I think spirit boxes are very, very like matrixing. You hear what you want to hear out of it, and when you hear, yeah, there, you know what? I'm not going to knock people. I'm not going to do that. It's not what I do. But when you watch a spirit box being used, it's going, and then you hear yes. Was that a yes, or was it just because what they do is they fly up and down different radio stations, and they every now and again they snap on a sound. And if your head wants to hear yes, then they'll hear yeah, and you hear like, oh, he said yes. It was definitely a yes, or was it zest, or was it messed, or best? Oh no, it sounded it's definitely a yes, or was it a yes though? Um, so matrixing is a wee bit like that for me. The other one, which I believe a bit more, is the one that produces the actual words. Okay, so, and I've gone blank on what that's called, but there's a box that has a whole sort of millions of words in it, and then the words will appear on the screen as you say, okay, listen, what's your name, and it goes Simon like that. You go, wow, that's cool. That's I can go with that. But the one that the spirit box goes and creates white noise, it's a wee bit too like matrixing for me. That's only my personal opinion, and I'm not knocking anybody who uses those. Not at all. Not at all. If it works for you, carry on, please, with my ultimate support and blessing. But I find it too close to matrixing for me. If you could, if you can look into um, these people who take these photographs and they go, look, 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 look. You can see that. You can see, and they start drawing a shape, and then go, looks like a person's face. That's matrixing. Spirit wants you to see them. They'll show you. Okay, you'll see them. I have first-hand response to that. On your paranormal investigations, do you use electronic tools that sees or hears spirit? No, I tend to be more old school. I'll tend to use things like that search for energy differentials, and I'll use sort of photographic evidence, video recording evidence, electronic voice phenomena. I'll use that. See, that's much stronger. Faye, EVPs are far better than Spirit Box because the EVP is absolute. It's a sound, and you can hear the voice. Sometimes you can hear the accents. Whereas voice, the ghost box is just too anyway. So, um, when you're doing filming and you have the high vis and high end cameras, you can pick up energies. The other one that I will use, and I haven't got one yet, or I've got all the tools to put it together, is the one that shows the stick men, the little stick men, and that one there is that when we put the new team together, we're going to have two of those in it. But there is quite a few other tools that you can use that you don't need. That because most of the time, spirit doesn't like to be on camera. It doesn't like to be tested. It doesn't like to be shouted at. But there's quite a number of old school ways that they do get involved. I mean, if you've seen that on my YouTube channel, where it's called Spirit Speaks Through Glass, and you'll see the glass go. That's factual evidence spinning underneath their fingers. You get three people and try and turn a glass in a circle. Can't do it. Can't be done. Curious to know. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Very glad to share any and all. That's a good thing about when you do everything at top end, when you do everything from your heart, from your mind, and to try and achieve a response that's going to prove the physicality of life after life. And if you don't do it off the cuff or hidden or try and do any stupidity, you got nothing to hide. You got nothing to worry about. So hope you've tried scry. Oh, you have done scrying, yeah? Freaked me out. Didn't freak me out. Freaked out Dawn. No, you have done scrying. Yeah, scrying's amazing. Very hypnotic. Very hypnotic. Guys, it's 25 2. You've got 10 more minutes. You got any more questions for me? Enjoying the show, by the way. That coffee was cold. Thank you very much for being here, by the way, guys. I really appreciate it. Yes, re-stick men, but sometimes something else creates them bouncing off an object. As for TV, I don't know, Julia. Is it God's truth? But I would be very, I'm very, very, I implore everybody to be skeptical, not cynical, skeptical. There's a difference. What is scrying? Well, scrying is when you, well, first and foremost, you need to cleanse and work out the how to put it together. Please don't do it without anybody being there. Okay, when you're doing work like this here, you need to be around somebody who knows what they're talking about, knows all about protection and so on and so forth. But scrying is like looking into a mirror, and then you just sort of get drawn in and out, and then energy start happening around you in your energy, and that reflect through the mirrors. That's what scrying is, but please don't do it on your own. Don't mess with stuff you don't know all about. If you listen, guys, if you don't know what you're doing in the world of spiritual research and work, please, please, please don't mess with it. I have seen stuff happen with good people that has ended up in divorces, all because it wasn't done properly. All right, please. Thank you for your time, Paul. Love your shows. Julie, thank you so much for that. Please keep pumping that out on your Facebook and your friends and tell them to come in and enjoy the shows. Just got gingerbread coffee, Julie Evans, you little sausage. I've been some paranormal shows that use stickman tools. It's incredible. I believe that these were, yeah, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be because it picks up on differentials of energy and they're like mini tiny laser lights that are flying out. So if you think about laser energy is energy. Okay, so when they interact with another energy, they reflect back, a bit like a radar, and then they reflect back that shape. So yeah, it's one of the ones that I can get my head around. Uh, I get in the right headspace, then just stare into with my own eyes through my own self and be safe. But it's not as simple as Dawn is making it. Um, you need to be very focused, you're very calm, very on the ball, very understanding about what it is you're doing, what it is you're expecting. I know of people who've scried and have come away from it freaked. Okay, so just don't mess. If you don't know what you're doing, don't mess. All right, don't mess with it. I'll be doing weekend seminars where you'll be able to come down and stay in a hotel with me, and we'll be doing weekend seminars where scrying will be part of it. Okay, that'll be in 2024 at some point. Bert Goldman, the quantum guy, uses stickmen for healing. He calls them. Never heard. I've never heard of Bert Goldman. Don't. In all honesty, I've no idea who he is. Be God's truth. Um, 5 minutes left, guys. Please, if you have any more questions, any more stuff, I'm happy to help you with. Um, hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. I have. We got literally 7 minutes left. Come on. What do you want to know? Happy to help you. All right, just one more time. Please, please, please make sure you've liked the show. Please smash that like button. Don't forget to share the show. It's really important. And if you would like a reading pre-Christmas, then you really need to book one in right now. If you want to book a reading as a gift for somebody, contact me and I will get you a gift certificate, a really nice one. And then I'm gonna concentrate on being back on stage in 2024. So if you want to be part of that, then please do let me know. It'd be like you try magic mushrooms alone for the first time. Don't do that either. Okay. You could be allergic to the particular shroom, and then you'll know all about spirit. All right, so it looks like we're coming to the end of the show. You guys are rock stars, and I really appreciate you. You have no idea how much I appreciate you guys. Don't forget Roger and Faye's shows this week. You've got Faye's show tonight. Don't forget that right after this show. Make sure you stick around for Faye's Angels. Me personally, I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff in relation to other work. And I will be back on Thursday night with Spirit Quest, but it's going to be one of the last, so don't miss it. Okay? We're going to focus on a few things about what you can do for Christmas to change the energy of your home. All right? I'm going to be doing some of that with you guys on Thursday night. Until then, don't forget, communicate, appreciate, and validate everybody in your life so a medium never has to do it for you. Take time out every day just for yourself. It's important that you understand that you are the most important person here. You. Okay? And if you're not happy, we need to get you happy before we can then allow any more energy to come in and filter with you. Okay? So the way to do that is stick around with me because I will get you to that happy place. Faye says, a wonderful show tonight. Thank you, Paul. Faye, thank you. And thank your lovely husband for always giving me the support and the movement and the motivation to keep going. I really appreciate you. And I appreciate all you guys. Take time out. We're coming into a brilliant, special time of the year. Let's get that spirit around us. Let's get it working for us. And let's get that momentum right through into 2024. Until next time, I'm wishing you a good night. God bless. And I'll see you all soon. Good night.